What it do, what it do. Welcome to another one over here, Game Chopper TV. Tap in, like, comment, and subscribe, because we chopping this game over here, man. And I had to tap into this one, man. So, things is moving forward in this Yella Beezy case. A lot of more information is starting to come out, which is crazy. We were so like almost in the dark with a lot of stuff, you know what I'm saying, until now. The things are starting to come out. The person, the key one white dude, he recently just did an interview with, what's the name, real life street stars and them. He said some stuff that made me, kind of question the things a little bit too, I ain't gonna lie. Because he did mention how the dude had a tattoo on his neck. The dude that was the one that we seen doing the shooting in that video, you know what I'm saying? Which versus that dude Q1 White doesn't have a tattoo on his neck. Now that's a fact that he did point out there though. And he says that he wasn't the one that did it. And then he's locked up right now, but he says he's in the feds. He's not in there for the situation with Mo3. It's weird, man. This is so weird, you know what I'm saying? Versus what we have going on in the court, because what's going on now? There's a few things that didn't happen. For one, I keep hearing and seeing that they saying they took Yella Beezy's bond, his bail down from $2 million down to $750,000. So it looks like he come up with $75K, he can bond out or something like that, possibly, if that's the truth. Then, supposedly too, now the people involved, which will supposedly the key one white dude involved, is like gonna spill all the beans, it seems like. Well, that's what they're saying in this court here, in this court hearing actually, that he plans to testify, and man, but that's one thing I will say in that interview that he did mention. He said the shooter had a tattoo. I don't have a tattoo on my neck. So my question comes like, well, if you didn't shoot, and then he says that the dude was a little bit taller than what he is, so who did it then? Which a lot of people said he probably wasn't the one that did it, but he was in cahoots with the person who did it and maybe like helped pass the money on or something like that. It's weird. It's weird. I'm gonna just say that because why right now everything's being pinned on him. You know what I'm saying? But I guess when everything starts, he's about to tell how it all, to his knowledge, how everything went down. And there was some cheese involved, of course. Obviously, it's what they definitely making it seem like. They say Yella Beezy, like not too long, right after 3 got killed, that he went and withdrew like 40 grand from the bank. And I guess they're saying that that's what he, paid whoever off with. But it's getting deeper, and but let's hear it from the court hearing itself on what's going on here. It's crazy. Fair use, by the way. Fair use.
To murder Keith Conway, the defendant, being present and involved in this conversation. The state's witness will testify to the amount of money that was to be paid for the murder.
Oh.
A state's witness will testify to the individuals responsible for the payment.
Okay. Huh.
That state's witness will also testify that Marquise Conway was one of the individuals responsible for a portion of that payment. A state's witness will also testify to the individual who would receive this payment. The state's witness will testify that Kewan White was, in fact, the individual to receive this payment. Who was originally indicted in State's Exhibit Number 1, the probable cause, which is before this court. The state's witness would also testify that Kewan White, or to who shot and killed Melvin Noble. This witness would also testify that Kewan White being the individual who shot and killed Mr. Noble on November 11th of 2020. Again, this conversation took place in the days following Mr. Noble's murder. The state has also had an opportunity to review bank records of the defendant, Marquis.
Uh-oh, there you go. There you go. Bank records.
Conway. These records would show that the defendant drew $40,000 in the days following the murder of Melvin Nova. And for the record, that was a cash withdrawal.
Of course.
These records would correspond to the exact amount which the state's witness would testify to.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. So you see it, man. You hear it. You know, it's that boy ready to testify. He's been in there, for a minute. Let's be honest, you know what I'm saying? That he has. And I guess he's ready to get the heck out. You know what I'm saying? He's ready to get the heck out. But hold on real quick. Let's check this out real quick. This is the actual. Well, this is what they showed in the during the court hearing, because you could hear them talking. But let's run through this real quick of the situation of how it actually went down with 3. A lot of people talking about it, like, man, why did he get out that car? And that's true. Why did he get out the car? It didn't look like no shots was fired, and I didn't know the shooter was the driver. You know what I'm saying? When I actually look back at the video today, I said, so damn, I didn't see nobody else get out. I don't know if anybody else was in the car with him. But the hell, the person that did the shooting was the one that got in the car and drove off. Like, I don't believe dude could have held that big gun with one hand and shot out the car, while if 3 would have kept going. But let's check this out.
Your Honor, this is, just for context, this is approximately noon on I-35 heading northbound. This video is taken from a Kroger 18-wheeler, and this is heading north I-35 into downtown Dallas on November 11th, 2020.
So yeah, in fair use, by the way, fair use. But yeah, so boom, there you go. The marrow right on the side of him, right? And we could do the shoulda, woulda, couldas all day. But okay, so 3 look like he's suspicious now, right? And the marrow trying to almost.
Now, Your Honor, if I could draw the court's attention.
You see how he whipped it?
Look on I've stopped this video at 19 seconds. You see a gold sedan.
But you see how 3 tried to whip it out the way a little bit, so he's suspicious.
In the far left lane, and a black sedan in the second lane to the left. The gold sedan will be the vehicle carrying the victim, and the black sedan is the vehicle driven by Q1 White, who is then the shooter, based off of the evidence we have.
Okay. So 3 is suspicious now. Okay. Now at this point, so he swerves again, right? Even the truck has to move. He should have. All right. I feel like now gun it. Now gun it. That's what he should have done. Not stopping unless he ran out of gas or something. Gun that motherfucker. But and they say he was getting out right here. They say at this point right here, 3 was supposedly reaching for a gun. And it's so weird. Because I know, just driving a vehicle, you shouldn't have to get out and go to the other side of the door just to go get inside your glove compartment. You know what I'm saying? Like, what kind of move? Like, you just never know, I guess. And, it's a bunch of stuff that we've all been involved with. And we've took an L from. And we could turn back around now and say, oh yeah, shoulda, woulda, coulda. But in this moment, in these moments, though, it's just like, damn. So he stops the car dead in the center of the freaking interstate, jumps out, goes over to his the passenger side, supposedly to look for his ratchet in the glove compartment. But what you can tell is when that dude get out the Camaro, when 3 is right there trying to reach for whatever he's reaching for, dude must have started shooting in because 3, you know what I'm saying, like ducked down even more, and then that's when he took off running. So I think that's when Buddy started shooting as soon as he jumped out the car and seen him over at that passenger door. You know what I'm saying? But this is the part that a lot of people question, like, damn, why did he stop the car and get out? How come he didn't keep flooring that motherfucker or something? Try to get off on some exits or something like that. You know, I feel like he probably would have been better off if he would have damn near just stopped in the neighborhood and jumped out and hit some fences or something. But he just ran flat on the fucking interstate, man. And, you know, it's crazy. It's crazy. And dude really wanted him, didn't he? He wanted that money, I guess. Shit. But let it play out. See, boom! I feel like he started shooting in, cause you know 3 was still reaching. He must have heard some shots, or the shots must have hit that car. He knew what was happening. He took off and started running. And dude, look, dude after him. That son of a bitch ain't all on the interstate. He ain't letting up. And he didn't leave. He didn't. You don't see him come back to this through this camera until he, you know what I'm saying, floored him. Till he put him on the floor. Look at that. People hauling ass. And now look at him. He booking. That's crazy. And sideways.
You don't remember to stop this?
Yeah, so they played that in the court today, man. It's crazy, boy. But there's so many shoulda, woulda, couldas. Who knows what you do if you're on the interstate and somebody, you know, and you're a target like that. Some people say they think that he was already shooting at 3. Some people say that somebody say that he shot the motor out and the car stopped running, which is why the car stopped or why he stopped. But I don't see how he did all that with that big gun if he was the only one driving. I don't think it was all that. But it's just, you know, the questions we'll never get answers to. We'll never get any answers because unless the shooter can tell us, why do you think, you know, maybe he can give, that's probably about the closest answer we can get, right? Or maybe whoever got this car, you know, whenever they did get the car back, they can, you know, specify, like, what was wrong with that? Was there anything wrong with that car when he stopped it? Or did it stop on its own? Was it out of gas? I mean, there's definitely questions, and maybe we'll get some answers. I mean, but from the person who made those moves, we'll never get any answers. We'll never get any direct answers. 3 gone. You know, he gone. So we don't know why he moved the way he moved in that situation there, in that moment, you know. But definitely RIP to him. It's you know, it's been it's like 3-4 years. Well, about 5 years, I guess you could say now. About 4 or 5 years since all that's done happened, and we're just now really getting some answers. So the case is still hot. You know what I'm saying? And his music is still hot. People still slapping it. You know, people pissed off still about it when, you know, it's just crazy how it happened. But anyway, man, you know, that's what's going on right now, man. But it looks like the person who they're blaming for everything is about to, you know, give some, you know, about to let us know something. You know, we're about to look like we're, you know, about to finally get some some answers. You know, and once he tells a little bit, more is going to come out either way it goes. And it looks like Yella Beezy was involved because, you know, he's you know, in the county Browns. You know what I'm saying? He's in his jail suit in that hearing. So, you know. But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. Y'all, what y'all think about how when 3 stopped that car like that, man? Would y'all agree with it? Of course, it's the woulda, shoulda, coulda. So what would you have done? What do you think you would have done? He tried to grab for his gun. It's just a weird way. But anyway, you know what I'm saying. Y'all think, what's the name? That boy Yella Beezy really in it? Well, he is really in it, of course. Do you put like this? Do y'all think that dude Key1 White is the person that did it, since he doesn't have the tattoo on his neck? And that's weird. I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this, and y'all let me know what y'all know about this too. At the same time. Another one over here at Game Chopping TV. This is what's happening. More to come. Tap in, like, comment, and subscribe, because we chopping this game over here, man.